On 27 September 2014, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi proposed an International Day of Yoga at the United Nations General Assembly.
Today, I would like to draw your attention to another subject. When we talk about climate change, when we talk about holistic healthcare, when we talk about unity with nature, when we talk about getting back to basics, I would like to say something special about this subject. Yoga is our ancient, traditional, and invaluable gift. Yoga symbolizes the balance of body and mind, thought and action, achievement and self-control, and the coming together of human beings and nature. Yoga aims at transformation of our lifestyle, and its awareness can help us in our struggle against climate change.
Yoga means to us unity and love.
Start practice yoga and I feel your life become more colorful and meaningful.
In India, I started to have a glimpse of the real yoga, that union of ourselves to the divine.
The practice of yoga brings about balance, well-being, happiness, and the freedom to live life fully. As more and more people take up yoga around the world today, we may actually see the beginning of a global shift in consciousness, leading to a more balanced and harmonious planet. Yoga practitioners become more conscious consumers, better human beings, more environmentally conscious, and good leaders. This is the power of yoga, and it can only be good for the world. Let us work towards making a beginning in this direction with an International Day of Yoga.
On 11th December 2014, the United Nations passed a resolution making 21st June the International Day of Yoga. 177 nations co-sponsored the resolution, a record in UN history.
I'd like to start by engaging you in something. I want everybody in the hall to chant with me. I'm going to chant Ah. And at the count of 3, I want you all to chant Ah with me. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah. Take a deep breath. And now chant Ooh with me. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. And now we're going to chant Mmm. So 1, 2, 3. See how the energy is already changing in the room? It's a wonderful feeling. This is yoga. Today is International Day of Yoga, as we saw. And it's our gift to the world. But the question I have is that, what is yoga? And what does it mean to our Indian identity, to us in India, and to ourselves, right? And if we think about it, we have to look at the meaning of the word yoga. And the meaning of the word yoga in Sanskrit is to bind, to connect back to find union with. And when we think about yoga, I like to think of it as building bridges. Bridges between East and West, between our past and our future, and most importantly, bridges between ourselves, the inner selves we have. And if you look at the way the yoga has gone out of India and spread all over the world, it is quite amazing. Today, 15 to 20 million Americans do yoga almost every week. It's a $64 billion industry in America. There are 2,000 yoga schools in America. There are 500 yoga schools in Beijing and Shanghai alone. So I think we can accept the fact that yoga has left India and gone out across the world. That's why 177 countries have agreed to co-sponsor this day today. And it's going to be an annual day from now on. But the thing is that what can India own of that identity, or should own, or even try to own? And the thing that we can do is to be the home of classical yoga, to teach the world classical yoga, to be the destination where people can come to learn classical yoga or to understand the history of yoga. And also, we should be the custodians of making sure that yoga is available to the whole world free. Open source yoga, you can call it. We want to make it freely available. It shouldn't be patentable or trademarked or anything like that. The other thing we have in India is that yoga is a link between our past and the future, and our present and the future. And if you think about it, the last time yoga was really popular in India was 900 years ago. Then we had conquest and colonization, and we lost yoga. Yoga went mysterious, esoteric, hidden. It went into secret schools all over the place. And what we found is that it was only when it went to the West with Iyengar in the 20th century and others like him that we actually rediscovered our own yoga. But now we understand that it is in our DNA. It is very much a part of the Indian DNA. So we are reliving and reviving it in India again. And that's wonderful. But the third part I want to talk about is the fact that we are living so many lives, so many different selves today. We have the self that is about material success, about wealth, about career, about making it in the world. We have the self that is about duty, being a good parent, a good child, a citizen, a good human being. And then we want to do good in the world as well. The dilemma, how do we help lift people out of poverty, heal the divides, heal the gender issues of the country? So reconciling these three things, yoga can also play a bridge in that, and I'll explain that now. If you look at yoga as a way of bridging yourselves to your higher self, or the true self inside you, then yoga can really play a role in that. Yoga can bring harmony, balance into your life, and I'm not talking about just postures and hatha yoga. I'm talking about breathing, meditation, the mind, training the mind in yoga. And that's what really yoga is about. Yoga Chitra Vritti Nirodha, which is to calm the mind so that one can see reality as it really is. Imagine with me now that you're standing on a hill overlooking a beautiful lake. It is very calm, it is very peaceful, and you're looking, and there's not a ripple. You can see the fishes, you can see the lake still, you can see the sky, nature, and then you see little ripples occurring across the lake. And if you throw a pebble in with intention, you can create your own ripple in that lake. Now just imagine that is your mind. That is the state you want to find in yoga, which is Yoga Chitra Vritti Nirodha, which is to stop the fluctuations of the mind so that we can see who we really are. I want you all to rub your hands together. Rub your hands together faster, 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 faster. And now just cover your eyes, cover your ears, and bring that peace and balance into yourself with energy. calmness, and see who you really are today. And as you explore this TEDx talk today, the TEDx World City, I want you to be aware that yoga is making you fully aware, fully conscious. It doesn't dull you. It doesn't stop you from being who you are. It actually improves everything. So you will see it all. Thank you. Namaste.